Broncos heading back from the bye week, getting set to face a tough Minnesota Vikings team. Hello, and thank you for joining us here on Elway Access. I'm Phil Milani alongside John Elway. John, Drew Lock hitting the practice fields this week. What do you want to see from him as he eases his way back in?
We just got to get him practicing. He hasn't been able to practice for, since, preseason. And so, do you take 2 months off like that and not having throw, not being out there throwing to receivers and in practice. And so we'll just break him in easily and see how he goes and see if he, takes steps forward. As he does, we'll just keep evaluating from there.
On the other side of the ball, Kareem Jackson and Justin Simmons have formed one of the best safety tandems in the league. Why do you think they play so well together?
Well, I think a big part of it is Vic's system. Vic's system relies on the safeties a lot, and he asks them to do a lot. And so they've done a nice job and really played well. And so, I think that it's a good combination in there. And so, we're glad to have them.
All right, well, we're just getting started here on Elway Access. When we come back, we'll look ahead to the Vikings game.
When you're ready to buy a house, a mortgage from U.S. Bank could help make it possible, and we'll be with you every step of the way. See about pre-qualifying today. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Back here on Elway Access. John, a couple years ago, Kirk Cousins was one of the top free agent names out there. What have you seen from him in Minnesota?
Well, I think they're used to, they're getting used to what he does best, especially this year. And I think they're doing a nice job offensively and really getting the ball to Dalvin Cook, who's having a tremendous year. A guy that, is very explosive in the run game as well as the pass game and just getting him the ball and getting him in space. So they're doing a nice job getting him the ball, and I think Kurt feels comfortable in that. Obviously, it looks like he feels comfortable in that because they've had a lot of success there. So we've got our hands full. We've got to stop that running game, and hopefully we can stop that and then put some pressure on Kurt in the passing game.
Of course, Gary Kubiak's over there helping out their offense. Will it be good to catch up with him a little bit before the game?
Yeah, Gary's not one that gets around during the pregame, and so we'll see if we see him or not. But, obviously Gary's had an influence up there and done a nice job, and the staff that he took with him. And so, they're all doing a nice job.
All right, and we'll wrap things up here with a fan question. This one from Rare Fantasy. He says, John, when you played, how did you spend your bye week, and how did your routine change as you got a little bit older?
Actually, I didn't like the bye week. I didn't like it because I didn't like to get away. So I didn't really do a lot during my bye week. I always stayed around because I knew that mentally, if I got too far away from the game, it was always too hard for me to get back into it. And so I didn't want to. I wanted to get rest physically, but and get away mentally, but I didn't want to lose touch of that. So I always just kind of laid low and stayed around town, and that way I could, when we did come back and get started on the next week, that I was ready to go.
All right, John, thank you so much. That's going to do it for us. For John Elway, I'm Phil Milani. This has been Elway Access.